There's a lot of misinformation out there, but the reality of it is that it all came together Friday night, like at midnight. I got woken up out of my sleep that this is the fight they wanted to make, and then it was an all night. It was legitimately, I did not sleep after that. I didn't go to sleep till the next night, and it was funny. Hunter didn't go to sleep either. Islam is injured, right? So that fight wasn't something that was a done deal, and then it fell apart. So Gaethje stepped in. It was one of those like, hey, if we can make Islam fight, do you want to do that? All right. If not, you guys can do Gaethje, right? We had our choice, and we said yes to Islam, and we said yes to Gaethje.
He knows the White House cards. Like he knows that they were pushing this for over a year, and it fell extremely short of expectations.
Ilia Topuria has accused Islam Makhachev of avoiding their fight on the White House card. Topuria argued that he had already agreed to the matchup, but the bout collapsed after Makhachev's injury surfaced, preventing the bout from taking place when the opportunity was right there. Ilia Topuria said, "Once again, Islam comes up with an excuse. This time, it's an injury. I always knew I would be part of the White House event. Even when the UFC told me at one point that they wouldn't count on me for the event, I knew it was part of the negotiation. When they finally told me I would be on the White House card, they mentioned Islam, and I didn't hesitate for a second to accept the fight. Even though the fight hadn't been officially confirmed yet, the White House card was going to be announced the next day, and when I woke, I found out that Islam had gotten injured." Ilia Topuria shifted his focus to Justin Gaethje and warned that he will pay for Islam's withdrawal. Topuria promised a quick night when they met at the White House event. Ilia also took an unexpected job at the Islam's manager, Ali Abdelaziz, who is managing Justin Gaethje as well. And then Justin Gaethje appeared, once again someone else who will pay for Islam's escape. Both of their managers are a bitch and also ugly as hell. "Justin, see you at the White House. I'm not someone who humiliates people. It will be quick. When you wake up, everything will already be over." Islam Makhachev fired back at Ilia Topuria, calling out who he claimed truly backed down. Makhachev dismissed the insults and taunts on social media, warning that Topuria would eventually get the taste of his gloves soon. He added that the matchup could happen without any negotiations or hefty fees. Islam Makhachev said, "We both know who chickened out here. You can cover your cowardice with nasty tweets, but don't worry, one day you will get what you asked for. And your fat-ass manager don't have to ask for billions to fight me. We'll do it for free." Ilia Topuria's manager, Makhachev, addressed the speculation around the White House card, clarifying that the UFC initially told Topuria he would not be part of the event. Later, the promotion approached him with the possibility of facing either Islam Makhachev or Justin Gaethje.
I didn't go to sleep till the next night, and it was funny. Hunter didn't go to sleep either. We were told that Ilia was not going to be on the card earlier that week, right? Then we get a call that said, "Hey, if we can make a fight, you can fight Islam or Gaethje." We're focused on getting an Islam fight. So when you hear Dana say, "Well, that was never a fight," it was because it was talked about, but there was no agreement to fight anybody. So then Wednesday, I got asked, "Would you guys want to do this or that?" And we said, absolutely. They gave us a number. We said, absolutely not. And then we didn't hear anything after that, right? I'm sleeping Friday afternoon. So Friday night, early, I went to bed. I'm thinking we're not on the card. It's just not happening. They haven't called me. They're announcing they're going to announce it by Saturday. I say that this shit was crazy. It was like they already said, we're going to announce on Saturday the card. 12 midnight, literally 12 midnight till almost 11 o'clock, 11:30 the next morning, right? It was just nonstop negotiating between, I'm on the phone with Hunter for an hour and change, and then I'm on the phone with Ilia for an hour and change. So like, all right, so again, to accurately give the whole thing, I specifically called Hunter and said, do you guys plan on using Ilia for this fight at all in any way, shape, or form? If the answer is no, he's going back to Spain. If he goes back to Spain, right, and you guys call in a month or 6 weeks or whatever for him to fight, you know how that's going to go. It's not going to be a simple negotiation like, I don't know which fight fell apart. I can't call it Islam. Islam is injured, right? So that fight wasn't something that was a done deal and then it fell apart, so Gaethje stepped in. It was one of those like, hey, if we can make Islam fight, do you want to do that? All right. If not, you guys can do Gaethje, right? We had our choice, and we said yes to Islam, and we said yes to Gaethje. It was just more about the numbers.
Ali Abdelaziz also fired back at Ilia Topuria, warning that the truth would come out soon. Abdelaziz said the holy month of Ramadan offered a temporary pause, but in 9 days, everyone will get exposed for their lies. One thing I can tell you for sure is that Dana White was 100% when he said this little short guy was not even in the conversation. On the other hand, Dana White clarified the situation surrounding Ilia Topuria and Islam Makhachev, stressing that their matchup was not the fight that fell through on Friday. White explained that Topuria was never officially scheduled for the card and noted that Makhachev is still recovering from a hand injury. He emphasized that only bouts formally announced by the promotion should be taken as confirmed.
And the White House card, there's a lot of reporting out of Spain today saying that it was going to be Ilia Topuria and Islam Makhachev, and that fight fell apart on Friday. Well, Justin Gaethje also said like he was told Thursday he wasn't on the card, and then on Friday he was.
That is true.
What happened with Islam, I guess, because you know how fans are, a lot of them.
That's not true, I said.
Sure. So
it was never Islam versus Topuria, yeah.
So anyone who thinks Islam ducked this fight or anything like that, it's all incorrect.
Don't worry about what fights are being made. We announced which ones are made and which ones will be happening. I told you there were some weird circumstances. The reason that fight fell out, and it wasn't up on stage with Mick Hunter and Sean. It was that power slap that the fight fell apart that night. That's how Gaethje ended up on the card. And Topuria wasn't originally supposed to be on the card either. So he got the call too.
When can we expect to see Islam Makhachev back?
I don't know. He's got some hand issues. I know that. I don't know how serious the hand issues are or how long that will keep him out, but yeah, he's injured.
Justin Gaethje also expressed excitement after his fight with Ilia Topuria was officially announced on the White House card. Gaethje said he felt proud to be part of the event and described the opportunity as an incredible experience he was eager to take on.
It was amazing. I kind of knew, but it's I'm not almost crying, but I'm very proud. Promise.
Gaethje revealed that he was initially told he wouldn't be part of the White House event, only to later find out he had been added to the card. The sudden change surprised him, but also fueled his excitement to step into the fight.
2 days ago, I got a call and they said, "You're definitely not fighting on the White House card." So I was like,
Wow, really?
cool.
Okay.
And then yesterday I got a call and they said, "You might hear something. You might be on the White House card." And I was like, "How are you going to go complete 180 turn on me?" And then today I found out that I was on it. I didn't know if I was main event.
Really? Oh, so it was a big secret. Even the fighters really didn't know.
Meanwhile, Sean O'Malley argued that the matchup between Ilia Topuria and Islam Makhachev deserved to headline the White House card. O'Malley pointed to Topuria's achievements and insisted that fans are waiting for this fight, calling it the next big showdown the sport needs.
Ilia is one of the greatest of all time. I think he's going to go down as, he knocked out Alexander Volkanovski, knocked out Max Holloway, knocked out Charles Oliveira, back to back to back, and knocked out 3 Hall of Famers in a row.
And do you think he would beat Islam Makhachev?
It's definitely possible. Those guys, number 1 and number 2 pound for pound in the world, I think that's the fight we need to see next. It sucks because Islam's probably not going to come back down to 155. Ilia going up to 170 doesn't make, he's not a huge guy. He's definitely, he could be walking around 185, 190. He's pretty thick. So I think that's the fight that I'd like to see as like the White House main event.
On the other hand, Dana White is still under criticism for his picks for the White House card. Ronda Rousey also didn't hold back about Dana White and the White House card. She said he was fully aware it underdelivered, despite the promotion's long push over the past year. According to Rousey, White wasn't impressed with how it turned out.
Oh, he knows the White House card sucks. Like, he knows that they were pushing this for over a year, and it fell extremely short of expectations. He was so upset about it. He was talking about a fight falling out the day before. It's I can guarantee you he's not happy with it either, and he's the one that taught me through example to speak my mind.
Rousey slammed the UFC's current direction, saying it has drifted far from its roots of delivering the best fights. She claimed that since Dana White stepped back from day-to-day control, the promotion barely resembles what it once was.
It was meant to be. It was meant to push us onto the other side, and once they've moved into the streaming model, it's just not about putting on the best fights possible anymore. You know, Dana is legally beholden to the shareholders and to maximize shareholder value. And unfortunately, now that they've taken the reins from the company away from him, it's barely recognizable now. And they need to be saved from themselves. And luckily, I'm here to be their hero.
Meanwhile, Jon Jones has expressed his frustration and even demanded the UFC to release him. Francis Ngannou reacted to Jon Jones's situation with admiration and support. Ngannou called watching the story unfold yesterday fascinating and told Jones that if he secures his freedom from the promotion, he fully deserves the rewards he has earned. Francis Ngannou said, "Watching this story unfold yesterday was very interesting. I have lots to say, but for now, Johnny boy, if you manage to get your freedom, then let me know. You deserve that 30 million plus after everything you've done for the sport, and they should be rolling out the red carpet for you." Daniel Cormier also shared his sympathy for Jon Jones, saying it was clear how much Jones wanted to fight on the card. Cormier described him as devastated, lying in bed and visibly crushed by the missed opportunity. DC said, "I kind of felt bad for Jon because it just seemed like he really wanted to fight on that card. He seemed crushed. He's lying in bed and he's crushed. I think this is kind of like an almost come to Jesus moment where you're like, yes, at 28, 29, no matter what you did, you got it. When he got that event canceled with Chael, they said he'll never headline again. He was selling pay-per-views, so you had to go back to him. But now, at 38, 39, he's got bad hips and injuries and looks like he's on his way out. It's kind of like you said, you're not going to prove value to me in the long term, so I don't think we need to bend over for you." Francis Ngannou opened up about why he publicly supported Jon Jones, reflecting on his own experience after leaving the organization. Ngannou stressed that fighters shouldn't be trapped by contracts that limit their options, insisting they deserve fair treatment.
I was saying this out loud, and I will still say this, not only to Jon Jones, but everyone that out there and who's probably in the same situation, because I think most of them are in the same situation. We are not an employee, we are independent contractor, and then we should be able to get what we deserve, and if we don't get, we will be able to have a right to walk away and go look other option. Because the thing now is that there is always like contract tying people up, and then they can get free, and then you want to set free, and then they muscles you up, you know, and lowball you. But I'm happy I'm out of that. That's all what I can say.
There's a vocal part of the fan base that has been disappointed since you left the UFC, ruined your legacy because we haven't seen you fight.
Give me a definition of legacy.
Your lasting memory in the sport, I guess, maybe what is.
Like who?
Muhammad Ali?
Like Muhammad Ali. Okay, let me tell you what's the legacy. My legacy right now is my kids back home, is my family back home, getting health care, getting security, being able to put food on the table, being able to put roof on their head. That's a better legacy. You can have the Muhammad Ali legacy or whatever you want. If your kid cannot attend to school, he has no place in the society. If your kid doesn't have food in the stomach, that legacy doesn't help you for anything. You cannot go to the store or in the gas station or at school and pay the scholar fee with a legacy. You have to understand that this is a bullshit that promotion fit fighters, trick fighter with, and they're all out there fighting for legacy. Good for you. Keep the legacy. Give me my pay. What I deserve.
Thank you, Francis.
On the other side, Jake Paul suggested that UFC fighters could benefit from exploring options outside the promotion. Paul predicted that more athletes would choose to sign with Eddie Hearn, calling it a smart move.
What do you make about the beef between Eddie Hearn and Dana White?
I think it's very entertaining, and I just think it's good content and good for both of their promotional abilities, and I think we'll see more UFC fighters go and sign with Eddie Hearn, which I think is a very smart move on their part.
Former UFC champion Demetrius Johnson also criticized the UFC for shifting its focus away from longtime supporters. Johnson argued the promotion is chasing a new generation of viewers, leaving the hardcore fans behind, making it clear that their loyalty and passion are no longer a priority.
Had this new usher of fans who love the product. I mean, the gate was $8.3 million. I don't know what I think the revenue was $8.3 million. I think the attendance was like 19,000 fans, And I'm not sure what the Paramount Plus numbers did. And I always tell Michael, I was like, they're not worried about you as a fan, Michael. They don't give two shits about you. They're not worried about me. They're looking for that new era of audience that they're trying to capture. They're not worried about the hardcore fans, right? The hardcore fans are either going to move on, which I did when it came to WWE, and WWE continues to keep on selling out. And so for me, there's this, you have to take the UFC for what it's worth. Like, I love the thing you just posted. I watched it on YouTube. You said the Lone Kavanaugh versus Brandon Moreno. You're like, nobody asked for this fucking fight. And I was like, let me see Luke Thomas cook real quick. And I sat to listen to it. And I was like, you know, at the end of the day, when does the UFC ever make fights that we like? Did Diego Lopez versus Alex Volkanovski need to happen? Do they ever listen to the fans? That's one company that's never listened to the fucking fans. So it's almost like, are they going to start now? No, their numbers are through the roof.
So that's it from today's video, and we hope you have enjoyed it. Share your thoughts about the Ilia versus Islam situation and White House card in the comments section. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos.